Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. So today I have a fun video to do. It involves Shane and selecting my makeup for me. So it could be a disaster or it could turn out okay. This morning I've gone around the room and I've just selected different brands, different products. Some of the things, for example, like eyeliners, there'll be a lot of the same brands just because I normally have certain brands that I get more of. Anyway, it doesn't matter, there's a fair selection. I'm going to go and set everything out on the dining table in categories. So foundations with foundations, palettes with palettes, so on and so forth, and then Shane's gonna lucky dip everything. So when Shane reaches the eyeshadow palette, whatever he's picked out lucky dipped, so for example, if that palette has 12 shades in it, he's gonna have to pick a number between 1 to 12, and then whatever he selects, say he chooses 6 shades, I'm gonna write all the names of that palette down, and then he's gonna lucky dip 6 names, and then that is exactly what I have to use. So I've filled up this basket with everything. There's heaps of products in here. Also, quickly before I start, like this isn't all my foundations. It's not all my lipsticks and all that. Some products I have more than others. So there's definitely way too many to just carry out and put out there. And some I don't have that much of. So I've just kind of done a fair few and enough to select and make a look with. So I've put everything in their categories. So we've got our eyeshadow palettes, pigments, liquid eyeshadows, which I'm going to use for inner corner highlight, liquid liner, setting spray, eyeliners for the waterline, lipsticks, eye products, lashes. I'm just going to reuse the ones that I've been using. Primers, blush palettes, foundations, concealer, mascara, highlighters, just a refreshing spray, bronzers, and that is everything. So what you're going to do is you're not going to look, but wherever you place your hand on or near, closest to, that's the category you're going to start with, and you're going to do that with everything on the table. And then once you've selected a colour or shade, I will take that particular range off the table so then you can keep going around, okay? So firstly, grab that basket over there because that's what you're going to fill it up with. Okay, stop. Feel around, what one do you want to select? Yep. So I'm going to take the eyebrow section off now. Quicker, please. I'll tell you when you hit a category. Stop. You have to select something from there. So you've got the bottom ones. So these are the lashes that he selected, but I'm not going to put them in the basket because they're going to get squished. Okay, next. You don't have to stop. Select something from that pile. No. Oh, so you can go anywhere on the table, Shane. You don't have to go in one place.
Any more?
No, just those two. Yep. Continue. Yeah. So there's 3 in that pile. Yep.
How many? Heaps. Is there heaps here?
Hold on. Sorry, you went from one pile to another. Okay, so you have about, I think, 5 or 6 there. That was actually good. You selected one of my favourite highlighters, so good job. Next. There's 3 there. Yep, so there's a few different ones there. Next. There's 2 there. Choose wisely. Yes. You're going to have to stretch a bit, Shane. You're too cold. Yep. There's about, I think there's 4 or 5 there. Yep, there's 3 there. Okay. Yep, that's a pile of 3. What do you think they are actually with your eyes closed?
Nail polish.
feel around because there's a bit of a selection.
This one.
Last pile. There's 5 in this one. Yay!
Done.
So this is what's been selected. Now there's actually a lot of shades in this palette, so I think instead of writing them down, I think you can just choose which ones you want me to use. So there's 20 shades in this palette. So you need to choose from 1 to 20 how many colours do you want me to use. And don't be a fool.
7.
Alright, so have a look at the palette and then just tell me what colours and I'll have to just write them down.
7.
No, so there's
Number order. 7.
What?
Number 7.
No.
Number 7 and 13.
No, you have to choose. So you selected number 7. So you have to choose 7 colours from that palette.
No, I want to choose number 7 and number 13.
But that's only
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sparkles.
Which one's 13, Shane?
10, 1, 2, 3, 13.
What a plain colour. I understand. So 1 to 20, you selected number 7. So you actually have to tell, like you have to pick 7 shadows. 4th colour?
18.
You don't have to lucky dip these ones. You can just
15.
choose. Okay. 2 more to choose.
Number 2.
Last colour. These are kind of a bit hard to
Number
work
11.
with. Okay, so 5, 10. So purple. This one here. Are you happy with those colours?
Great choice.
You picked literally like all the sparkle ones, and now that's going to be hard for me to work with.
Good job.
Bye. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the makeup look now with what Shane has selected today. There's some in there that I haven't used in ages. There's one that is like my favourite, and we're going to see what we come up with. He's chosen a lot of sparkles from the palette, so it's going to be glittery, and I don't know how to use this many sparkles, but we'll see what we do. I'm not really going to talk in this video when I do the makeup. I'm just going to show you the product I'm using and then apply it. So this is the e.l.f. Primer Mist to prep the face with. It's like a bloody water hose. Concealer in Rimmel Classic Beige. That's the original one I normally use. Today's foundation is the Australis Stay Put Longwear Foundation in the shade Nude. It smells like orange. To contour with is the Too Faced Sweetheart Bronzer in Sweet Tea. Blush palette by Revolution in Hot Spice. Forgot to ask Shane what one he wanted me to use, so he wants me to use this one here. I don't normally wear blush, so this is a new thing for me. Hopefully it comes out good and not like a clown. As I said, this could be a disaster or it could work out well, so we are in the process. So highlighting is next, and this was the favourite product that I was talking about. This is the Givenchy highlighter in African Light Gold. Eyebrows, the brow gel is by Revolution, and it is the colour Ash Brown. For those, I already say it in all my videos, but I normally just wear a clear brow gel because mine are already dark and thick enough. So if I look like a Sesame Street character after this, officially welcome to Sesame Street, guys. And this is why I don't fill in my brows. This is why. Let's have a bit of a refreshment. So Glow Recipe Watermelon Ultra Fine Mist. Fade the brows, please. So moving on to the eyeshadow now. Shane selected the Australis Mesmerize eyeshadow palette. I won't put them in order of what is selected, but I'll come up with a look using all 7. I'm going to use this cream one here. That was one of the shades he selected as a base. Next, I'm going to use the yellow in the corner here for a bit of inner shadow and a little bit in the crease. So honestly, these two that he selected are more of the plain base colours, so that's why it's not very pigmented. I'm going to now apply this orange to the outer corner of my crease and the outer corners of my eye. So he's finally chosen an actual colour, which is row 3, the purple at the end here. I'm going to put it under my bottom lash line. But don't ask me how you can like randomly pick numbers of a palette and get all 3 sparkles. He did. So I'm going to use the purple one here over the top of the purple shadow under my bottom lash line. So that's 1 glitter down, 2 to go. Alright, I've kind of thought of something with the next product and then I'll come back to those 2 glitters left over. Next product is liquid liner, which is this one here, the Fenty Beauty one by Rihanna. You can get these from Sephora, and this is from the Beige eyeliner set. Worst thing when applying eyeliner is when you sneeze and then this happens. So what I've got to do now is use this glitter, which is like a deep pink, and then this glitter here, which is more of like a kind of Christmassy one. It's got like your green and red and gold glitters in there. So I'm going to kind of do half and half on my winged liner and leave the white tip. So finally the palette is done. So I've done the pink on the inner side and then gone into the green and gold one, and I kind of faded it a little bit, so I went into the white. Lashes are looking clumpy and gross from all the glitter and the liner, so I'm going to go in with my mascara using the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. So we are almost done on the eyes. I'm using the Napoleon Cream Shadow in Moonlight, and I'm going to put that on the inner corners, give it a bit of a glow, a bit of a highlight, and then we're going to do the lashes to finish off the eyes. Using these lashes that he selected, these are just ones from Wish. By the way, if you saw the Wish video where I spoke about these particular lashes off eBay and Wish that were affecting my eyes with the glue, I've tried them out again, and honestly, if you take the glue off and apply your own glue, it works fine. Haven't had a reaction since. So that's the lashes on. You can see the glitter liner through it as well, going into the white wing. I did forget I have 2 more products here, so I'll put this on my waterline, and then I have a brown pigment, so I've got to think of what to do with this. For this pigment here by e.l.f., it is called Naturally Nude. I'm using a very tiny brush here. I'm going to actually just put it under the bottom of my wing. So I've just like lightly smoked it under the wing there, which is pretty cool, something very different. This liner is the Models Prefer, called Teal Maybe. I literally feel drained from this look. I've been in this room for seriously like 2 hours. 2 last products and we have finished today's look. So I've got a Rimmel lipstick in Nude, the shade 42. Then we have a Sports Girl setting spray, the Glow Gems one. It smells like rose, gives a nice bit of a glitter effect. Okay, so we have finally finished today's look with the challenge and all the makeup that Shane lucky dipped and selected today. So definitely was hard for me to kind of think and put them together. Now for the products that I disliked in today's video, or I didn't really enjoy using, was definitely the 3 glitters. 1 glitter is normally enough. When you have 3, very hard to work with. It gets messy, you get fallout, and so for me to come up with a look with that was a little bit tricky in itself. Secondly, the blush. It's a beautiful coral color. I just don't know if I like blush on me personally. I feel like I look like a bit of a Cabbage Patch doll wearing blush. Lastly, or just before I get to last, I'm going to say my lashes. Not a big fan of this style. They kind of look a little bit plasticky. They're not overly terrible, but they're also very hard to work with, very cheap ones off Wish. Lastly, of course, the brows. As I said earlier, I literally look like a character out of Sesame Street, and this is why I do not fill in my brows, and I just use a clear brow gel, guys, because my eyebrows are already dark enough, and you could literally call me Gizmo. For the products I had a bit of fun with today that I actually liked was definitely the teal eyeliner on my waterline there. Gives a really beautiful pop of colour. I've used this one a couple of times now, and no matter what eye colour you have, I think especially like mine too though, having the brighter ones, it just kind of pops them. Secondly, I really liked the lipstick. Haven't worn it in such a long time, but I feel like I would definitely pick it up. It's just a perfect nude, really creamy, really beautiful. And I would also say I had a bit of fun with the white eyeliner, despite it being, I just whacked myself in the nose. Despite the eyeliner being one with like the brush tip, I find them a bit hard to use, and you kind of have to constantly go over the white to get the full coverage of the color. I feel like if it was more of a felt pen tip, it might have been easier to work with, but I thought that was cool. I've never really done white wings on myself personally before. Lastly, I'm also going to say the foundation. I haven't really picked that up, haven't really gone for that foundation in some time, but it's quite a nice natural foundation and really brings some nice coverage to your skin. So that is it for today's look. Thanks to Shane for selecting my makeup. It was something a bit different and a bit fun for him and I to do while we're stuck at home in this isolation period. But I hope you liked watching. I will see you in another video at some point soon and see what is next up on my page. Bye.
I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much. Yeah.
Yes,
oh, 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 oh.
So what do you think of your makeup choice?
I want your touch.
Hello.
Baby, you're so high.